kind of crude covering, but it'll work. And I needed something last minute to stop the snow from building up in the sled when I pull it. It's not a very tall sled, so it definitely wants to collect some snow. I think I just found a porcupine den. There's a little path here and it leads to a hole in the rock, and I see a pile of poop and that's how they nest. There's a little path. Leads right in there. There's all the poop. There's a porcupine. I'll let him be. God dang. It's deep. When I was rigging up my sled, I was trying to find a solution to be able to tighten it quickly without having to tie a bunch of knots all the time, using a climb heist knot that allows me to just hold that knot and slide the line through it, and it tensions everything down. Because the snow's so deep here, I'm not staking these into the ground. I'm putting the stakes perpendicular and just burying them. This is only my third time out with this tent, and it's a little tricky to get a good pitch with it, so I still feel like it's trial and error, and it usually takes me 20 to 30 minutes to set it up perfectly. New saw and new hatchet. Excited to try both of them out. Saw, it's a bow saw that unfolds, snaps into place like this. There we go. I might cut this up into smaller pieces, leave it here, and then just come and get it with the sled. Ah, classic. That's the second time that's ever happened to me. Thought I should explain what it is exactly that I'm looking for when I'm looking for a standing dead tree, especially in the winter, because it's not like you can look at it and say it doesn't have leaves. I'm looking at the bark and I'm looking at the branches. So here's an example. This tree, lots of bark flaking off, no branches all the way up to the top there. It's just a skinny, long, straight stick. There's a few branches at the top, but there's no leaves hanging off any of them, and it doesn't really look like there's any buds. And the branches that are there look pretty scraggly, so it's probably a pretty safe bet that this is a dead tree. Just gonna get the sled and then gather up all this wood. I think I just heard my first coyote of the night. I'm surprised I haven't heard more activity yet. Oh, there's a little bit of howling there. Sounds like it's quite a ways off though. Be too cold for the lighter. Not a problem. Oh, no. Ah. Sometimes it's kind of tricky to get the leverage you need off those little ones. Yeah, that's nice. I have this little carbon monoxide detector. I'm going to hang it up as soon as the initial burn is done because it did get a little smoky in here. Once that's going, I'll hang this up and it'll beep if CO levels get too high, especially when I'm sleeping. Yeah, there's like 10 inches of ice there. No way I was busting through that with the hatchet. Warm in here now. 16 degrees. Super simple meal tonight. Just some dehydrated chili. There's something walking around outside the tent. I could hear the coyotes getting a little closer earlier, but there's a lot of animal tracks out here though. I'm gonna see if I can find any fresh tracks. Well, these are the tracks that are left. They're fresh. I think it's an otter. The tracks are actually all over in the snow, but some of them are old. It looks like he just passed right up through here. These are my footprints from earlier. Looked like he was just hopping through. Yeah, that'll do. Well, dinner's done. I've hung the food bag, washed all the dishes. Just got this tea left. I'm going to enjoy that, and then I'm going to go to bed. So, see you guys in the morning. I'm so cozy, and it's cold out there. I threw some logs on the coals a little while ago, and it's just catching now, so should start to warm up in here soon. Gonna do a quick breakfast and get out on the ice for a little bit. So I'm gonna eat quick, get out on the ice and try some fishing. guy. It's been about 20 minutes and I haven't had a bite here, so I'm gonna move on and try another spot. I think I'll move back closer towards the campsite and fish a little shallower water. Fishing's been a bit of a bust, but to be fair, I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe there's a way to pick a better spot that I'm not sure of, but honestly, this was just a good test run for the new equipment. I've never used the sled before. I've never had to pack ice fishing gear out. So at the very least, it's been a good test run. I'm not really looking forward to taking that tent down though. Seems like I put in a lot of work last night to get that thing set up, just to take it down today. I really should plan a 2-night trip with it. Look at all the snow fleas in my footprints. Not a very successful trip when it comes to the fishing, but very successful trip when it came to testing out some new gear. The saw and the axe performed great. Sled worked well. I feel like this is the first time that I've actually used my hot tent in decently cold weather. And it got down to -12 last night. And even though I didn't catch anything with it, the ice fishing rod and the ice auger were new to me too, so it was good to give those a test run as well. I have hung around here pretty much all day, and it's going to be getting dark again soon, so I gotta get headed out. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.